Yep, so I'm just going to get into a quick video. This is pretty much more of a rant, but hopefully this information actually serves somebody. Ultimately, this is about identity. Me, my partners, and my colleagues actually just made a video on our channel, 3 Layers of Wellness, and it resonated with everything about the Solar Plexus chakra. And for those who don't know about the Solar Plexus chakra, it's all about identity. And so making sure that when you are identifying what is your true self, is it something that has been embedded in you from just years and decades of programming, or is it your true self, your true being? So within that aspect of us recording that podcast, I started to really think about, well, what is my true identity? And looking at the course of the last maybe 10 years, 5 or 10 years, how that trajectory has changed so many different times. So that being said, I really wanted to make this a point on not connected to anything. Like, it's okay for you to not necessarily have an identity, because the ultimate identity you should have is really just what brings love and energy to your being. And for me, I had to reconnect with what does bring love and what does bring true meaning to myself. Regardless of money, regardless of anything else that I'm doing, if anything, I feel the most connected when I'm doing something out of the kindness, out of my own heart, versus thinking about, well, this can be a domino effect for something that can be another opportunity for myself, or whatever case may be. That being said, I had to remove myself from so many different ways of, or habits, I would say, that didn't serve me anymore. For one, I felt like I was pigeonholed into a career field that I do love, but at the same time, it wasn't me. Majority of you know me from like boxing training or personal training or fitness and things like that, which I still love to do. But it was like, now I didn't necessarily have a value unless I'm training somebody physically, versus actually having an intuitive conversation with someone, or at least, I don't know, just living life with people. That being said, I also had to remove myself from certain environments in certain areas, especially if I felt like it was clouding my judgment on what was best for myself. So me and my partner moved to Africa. I'm currently in Africa right now, and the amount of awareness that I have on just listening to the things that I love and experiencing life in a different way is, it's just been amazing. I don't think I would be able to have this opportunity if I was in America. This is not to shit on America, but it is to shit on the perspective that we have of America, because we feel like we're not able to live or thrive in different places. That is not something that's already been an inhabitant for us for so many years. I'm here to say, like, man, I'm loving it here, and it's given me an opportunity to just look at the things that I love to do. So I'm gonna keep this short. The main thing I want you to understand is your identity is your identity. You don't have to connect with anything outside of yourself. You don't have to be, oh, I'm this person, I'm this person. Especially now, everybody has to have some type of position, or has some type of, well, what do you do type factor. I know that when I moved here, one of the first questions someone asked me is, well, what are you going to do? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, well, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, I'm going to live. That's what I'm going to do. And but I understood what they were saying. They were saying, well, what are you going to do for work? Or what are you going to do for money? What are you going to do for? But it was never like, what are you going to do for yourself? And that's why I was like, all right, well, I'm going to be okay. Everyone who's within my circle is going to be okay, because I'm going to be okay. And so I would say this message for you is, with if you're basically looking for an identity or searching for something to connect yourself with, whether it's, okay, well, I have to get X amount of Instagram followers, or I have to get X amount amount of commissions or X amount of clients or X amount of, just know that you're enough regardless. You are enough regardless. Your circumstances are definitely going to be better. Just make sure that your mindset is always focused on what can I do to be a better person today. Not necessarily on 5 or 10 or whatever years from now, but just take it a day at a time and really just sit with yourself and figure out what you truly love. And what you truly love to do is a job, that's perfectly fine. If what you love to do is the career that you're in, that's perfectly fine. But really, the majority of us, we spend 5, 10, 15 years on trying to figure out what we actually resonate with. And sometimes it's really just being still and just being in that moment of time where, you're not checking your phone, the TV's not on. Just embrace that moment of time, because I feel like that's when you're actually going to get the truth. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to seek the truth. But yeah, other than that, that's basically all I was trying to say. So if you resonated with this a little bit, then just, leave a comment just saying I feel you. And that's all I really need. Peace.